Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
And your Lord of Pennies. Say hello, Satsu.
What up, Deb?
And I am your Lord of Pain, the Ranting Monkey, and we are here to entertain you for the next 2 hours. How lucky are you? Satsu, how's your day been, man?
Pretty good. I woke up way earlier than I should, so I'm a little bit tired, but I got stuff done, so awesome.
Cool. Scribbles, how's your day been?
Busy day at work and then lazy day at home. So there you go. And I have tomorrow off, thankfully.
Oh, cool. For the 4th, right? Yeah.
Yep.
My day was weird. Could not sleep. Lots of pain. Finally did pass out and then stayed that way for quite a while. And now I'm with you guys.
How is that weird? That sounds normal for you.
It went in a weird fashion.
Oh, okay.
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games, hit that like button. Share our stuff, guys. Share it far and wide. Because that's how we get around these days. You are our pimp. We's your hoe. You don't get paid for it, though.
I'm your bottom bitch.
Yes, we have. It's weird segue. Lucky Pop-Tart. You know her, right?
Yes.
Her oldest daughter turned 18 today.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I wouldn't have said that if you'd told us ahead of time there was going to be a birthday song. That's the weirdest. That's not a good segue. Thanks a lot.
I said it was a bad segue.
Well, I know, but I mean, before we started, you could have said, hey, we're going to do a birthday song to start the show for, Lucky's daughter. And so, yeah, I would have probably prevented myself from saying something anyway.
For the record, the only reason I remembered it was her birthday is because somebody just told me in chat, because I told people to remind me that it was her birthday.
Okay. So I'm just the unfortunate recipient of my own bad timing.
You're yelling at a cripple with a bad memory for having a bad memory.
Yeah, and it's a day that ends in Y. So what?
You are having the worst luck with segues and stuff tonight. Anyhow, it is Willow's birthday, and we've sung to Willow her past 2 birthdays on the show, and she likes it. And it's been requested that we sing again, and I feel like, hell yeah, we're gonna do that.
Well, if it's Willow's birthday, then I have to sing legitimately.
Yes, 18. Poppy has an adult now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. She said she was feeling a little old. I'm like, don't worry, that passes. You feel old that first time they turn that, and then it just passes.
Yeah, then her next birthday comes around.
And by then you're like, we still got the little one. But Willow, I sincerely hope you had a good birthday. And for you, we're going to do this. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to you.
Pretending to be enthusiastic. Woo-hoo.
Happy birthday,
dear Willow.
Dear Willow.
Still dying inside, just in case anybody cares.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, Willow. I really do hope you had a great one. And best of luck in life, sweetheart. This is when it really takes off. You're an adult now, and they start making you do things. Anyhow, happy birthday, and sorry about the segue there, Scribe.
No, I guess it's my own fault.
Yeah, my damn brain. I even wrote down a note so I'd remember it. I'd forgotten until I saw it on the. That's why I tell people, remind me of stuff. Because even with notes, I won't remember. I try, and you know what'll happen later tonight? I'll look at that note and go, "Oh yeah, we were supposed to sing to Willow. Did we do it?" And I'll have to figure that out for myself.
We're gonna have to right when you turn 50, let's say. I'll have to save up a bit. I'm going to get you a big gift certificate to your local tattoo artist, and he can go totally memento on you, putting everything you ever need to know about yourself on your body so you never forget.
But again, I have to remember to read that.
You're not going to be able to avoid it. It's going to be all over your body, on your hands, your legs, Whole 9 yards.
Zach Osborne over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much. Who says my ears committed suicide? That's harmful. That's not harmful. That's hurtful.
Really?
It's hurtful.
But I was singing like legit that time. I wasn't doing some kind of goofy thing.
Ellis says at 50. Yeah, I got 6 years to prepare for that shit. I won't
That's
remember.
Right. Yeah, and imagine Monkey's pain tolerance going under the needle.
I have a high pain tolerance. I'm in constant pain now. But with that, is there anything we need to get to before we go to the news stuffs?
Are you guys gaming tonight?
No game stream.
No. Then I guess not.
I might do some simming. People seem to be really loving that series.
That's a game, and it would be a stream.
But it's not the game stream as in me and Satsu going to play a game together.
Oh, okay. We'll split that hair.
Uncle Sam, thank you so much for the donation. And with that, Scribbles, what we have for the newses?
How about a little bit of outrage?
Oh, always welcome.
And depending on how this swings, I've only seen the headline, probably deservedly so. A teen was accused of rape, but a judge didn't want him tried as an adult because he, quote, comes from a good family, unquote.
Yeah.
In 2017, a 16-year-old boy in New Jersey was accused of raping an intoxicated 16-year-old girl in the dark basement of a house party. According to court documents, the boy filmed the encounter, the girl's bare torso exposed and her head repeatedly banging against a wall. He allegedly shared the video with friends, and it continued to circulate for months despite the girl's pleas for him to stop its dissemination. At one point, according to documents, he texted friends, quote, when your first time having sex was rape, unquote. Wow. Prosecutors called his actions, quote, sophisticated and predatory, unquote, and pushed for him to be waived from the juvenile court system and tried as an adult. However, in July 2018, a family court judge denied the request, and his reasons are now drawing serious reproach from an appeals court. In his denial, Judge James Troiano of Monmouth County Superior Court said the boy's actions were not predatory and not necessarily rape because, quote unquote, traditional rape cases involve, quote, two or more generally males involved, either at gunpoint or weapon, clearly manhandling a person, unquote.
Are you
That's
fucking
gang rape, dude?
serious?
That's gang rape.
Yeah, unless there's 3 people involved, it's not rape, guys. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Oh, this judge needs this ass whoop.
He said the boy shouldn't be tried as an adult because he, quote, comes from a good family who put him into an excellent school, unquote, because he was an Eagle Scout, because he was probably headed for a, quote, unquote, good college, and because his, quote, scores for college entry were very high, unquote. Troiano said the girl and her family should have been told that bringing charges against the boy could have a devastating effect on his life.
Aww.
This is fucking nuts here. Okay.
Real quick. Zach Osborne over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much. Says, one of the only people I follow on YouTube and Twitter who hasn't ever really engaged with me is you, monkey. I aim to change that. Uh-oh.
You ever see the movie The Fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes?
No.
Oh, you should.
Oh, is that the... Never mind.
Is that the Nevermind? Yes. What?
Never mind.
On June 14th, the Appellate Division of the New Jersey Superior Court reversed Troiano's decision and sent the case back down for further judgment. Good call. The appeal claimed that Troiano, quote, erred in denying the waiver motion because, in the process, he substituted his judgment for that of the prosecutor, unquote. Yeah, The appeals court judges agreed, and their decision specifically cited Troiano's mention of the boy's background. Quote, that the juvenile came from a good family and had good test scores, we assume would not condemn the juveniles who do not come from good families and do not have good test scores from withstanding waiver applications, unquote. Now that the case is back in the Monmouth County courts, prosecutors are planning their next move and could seek to indict the defendant in criminal court. Quote, while we have the utmost respect for the family court and the judge in this case, really, I don't, We are grateful that the appellate division agreed with our assessment that this case met the legal standards for waiver to Superior Court. As with all cases, we are assessing our next steps, which will include discussions with the victim and her family, unquote. Yeah, I mean, the crime's bad enough. The judge should be fucking disbarred or whatever they call it, or excused.
Maniac Man says another stupid case of affluenza. Not exactly. It's partially that, but it's partially, and Data pointed this out, and I saw this on Philly D's show when he talked about this. This is a retired judge. He only comes out of retirement every now and then when they get a little too bogged down and they need his help.
He was a substitute teacher on this one?
He's a substitute teacher judge.
For fuck's sake.
That doesn't it doesn't justify his opinion or anything there,
No.
but it makes me feel a little better that this guy's not constantly hearing cases.
Yeah.
Because Jesus, are you serious? Look, she wasn't gang raped, and this kid's got a good family and he's got good test scores, damn it.
Yeah, bringing charges against him would devastate his life. How dare you? Girl who was raped and filmed while it was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Good luck in prison, asshole. And that judge should never sit on another case.
No. Well, let's see. With that one aside, how about something about July 4th?
Sure, it's coming up.
Yeah.
A few hours.
Military chiefs have concerns about politicization of Trump's July 4th event. Politicization. Military chiefs have concerns about the politicization of President Donald Trump's July 4th event, a source with direct knowledge told CNN.
Now, is a source with direct knowledge higher or lower than somebody that's familiar with the matter?
We really should come up with a ranking system for this.
Yeah.
Because, source with direct knowledge, source familiar with their thinking, source familiar with the matter.
An insider who wishes not to be revealed?
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know, there should be like some kind of condition if they mention like the person asked not to be named on condition of anonymity, or like that adds some kind of, indication of how important they are. I don't know. Anyway, the U.S. military is expected to be front and center during Thursday's event, which will showcase a wide variety of weaponry, including M1 Abrams tanks, and has taken on a political hue with the president, who has already launched his re-election campaign, breaking tradition to deliver a speech, and the Republican National Committee distributing tickets in a special VIP area. Military leaders could be highly visible, as the service chiefs have been asked to stand with Trump during the celebrations, according to a different defense official. Oh, okay. So even though you didn't mention where they were coming from in the first sentence, a source with direct knowledge told CNN, now you're confirming that these are both defense officials. Interesting way to hide your sources, sort of. If the president turns what is meant to be celebration into an overtly political event, it's the president. Any event he shows up at is political. This one is far more grandiose. I will not argue with that, but let's be honest. If Trump is at an event, it's a political event. He could put military personnel in the position of violating Defense Department guidelines, prohibiting men and women in uniform from engaging in political activity. That is such a gray area. It depends on how you interpret anything dealing with the military where the president is present. I mean, if he makes a speech about how America is the greatest country in the world or something at a military gathering of, say, graduates or something, does that make it a political event? Yeah. This. I mean, granted, I'm not a military lawyer, but this seems an awfully gray area. In the planning for the event, Pentagon leaders also had reservations about putting tanks or other armored vehicles on display. Quote, military members may not participate in political campaigns, said Jordan Leibowitz, communications director for Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington. This is likely the reason why they're hesitant to participate, because the guidelines are pretty clear about what they can and cannot do. If they come to stand next to him for a political speech while in uniform representing the military, it could become a problem, unquote.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can see the concern because of Trump's unpredictability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I won't dismiss the concern because I guess they could be or should be.
Leibowitz points out that if the celebration becomes an overtly political event, there are also laws that come into play. A federal law known as the Hatch Act prohibits government employees and resources from being used for political activity, and the Appropriations Act bars government funds from being used for purposes Congress hasn't approved, including publicity of propaganda. Okay. The military chief's private concerns contrast sharply with Trump's claim Tuesday that, quote, the Pentagon and our great military leaders are thrilled, unquote, to be participating in his revamped 4th of July celebrations, which will also feature, quote, incredible flyovers, fireworks, and a speech he'll deliver. Well, I'll tell you this, if he's setting himself up for a giant legal pitfall, nobody's going to be complaining on the left.
Oh, for sure. Like, this could be the fucking thing that they're waiting for.
Yeah, and whatever else is going on, he and his people have to have every notion of the line they are walking here. So if they step over it, they got nobody to blame but themselves. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll find out.
On the stream now, Zach Osborne again, thank you so much, says, pardon me if I'm wrong, but didn't JFK parade fucking nukes down the street? Not that I remember. I wasn't alive back then, but not that I remember seeing.
I remember seeing footage of Khrushchev parading nukes down the street.
Yeah.
During that same time. I don't remember nukes ever being driven down the street in the U.S. I mean, I'm happy to be corrected. I don't believe so. Let's see. Well, that's all I had on that. I guess we'll find out tomorrow whether or not several federal laws are broken in the course of the event.
There's enough leeway unless he gets up there and actually does his stump speech for the campaign. He'll be fine.
Yeah, if he gets up there and says, Sleepy Joe, if he says Sleepy Joe at any point in there, he's gone. Speaking of Trump stuff, because why not? The Trump administration reverses course on census citizenship question. This is still a big deal for some reason. In a major reversal following a presidential tweet, Justice Department lawyers told a federal judge in Maryland on Wednesday that they have been told to try to add a question on citizenship to the 2020 census in a way that's consistent with a Supreme Court ruling. The change comes after President Donald Trump tweeted earlier on Wednesday that, quote, we are absolutely moving forward as we must, unquote, on the citizenship question, despite statements Tuesday from both his Department of Justice and his Secretary of Commerce that the administration was printing the census without the question. Quote, we at the Departments of Justice have been instructed to examine whether there is a path forward consistent with the Supreme Court's decision that would allow us to include the citizenship question on the census, unquote. Jody Hunt, the Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Division, told the judge Wednesday afternoon. Government attorneys painted a picture of disarray within the administration, even as the Census Bureau moves ahead with printing the survey without the controversial question asking, quote, is this person a citizen of the United States, unquote. How controversial. I don't understand all the hubbub. One way or the other, I don't understand the hubbub, really.
Well, it just became a hot button issue. Real quick, I don't know if it was nukes, but there were missiles. Prospero pointed this out. JFK's inauguration. They're not. Those aren't nukes. Those are just regular missiles. It looks like, but maybe it's a nuke. As for this, God, there's no reason they can't put the citizenship test on there or question. It doesn't hurt anything. And their answer that people are going to break the law because they don't want to check a little box and therefore not answer. Well, then there's no real reason not to do it, is there? Just put the damn question on there. It used to be on there. Stop acting like this is the first time it's ever fucking happened. It literally used to be on there.
No, time started when Trump became president. Nothing else happened before then.
Right.
That's funny. We say that ironically, like, haha, that's hilarious. And it's like, no, that's really how they think. Nothing before Trump is real. Oh, God.
Let's see. And the last thing I've got is a fact check from CNN.
Ooh.
Now, I have no idea what they're fact checking. I just thought that the idea of CNN fact checking something would be interesting, regardless. So let's see. Fact check. Poll numbers undercut Bernie Sanders' claim on private insurance. Okay. A key plank of Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign platform is his proposal to have the U.S. adopt a Medicare for all government health insurance system. Under the Sanders proposal, private health insurance companies would be eliminated. Every resident would be covered by a single government insurance program that would pay the entire cost of almost every healthcare service and product, from routine checkups to major surgery, to prescription drugs, to dentistry, to treatment for mental illness. ABC host George Stephanopoulos challenged Sanders over his proposal on Sunday. On Sunday? How old is this? This is posted today. Okay, you're a little late, aren't you? Unless it took you that long to fact check it, I guess. Stephanopoulos mentioned a January poll by the Kaiser Family Foundation that found that support for Medicare for All dropped sharply from 56% to 37% when people were told it would eliminate private health insurance companies. Sanders responded that his plan gets more popular when people are told of its benefits, including that it would expand coverage to include dental care and hearing aids, and would eliminate premiums, co-payments, and deductibles. Quote, for the overwhelming majority of people, Sanders continued, health care will be much less expensive, unquote. Well, if you're saying it's going to be paid for by the government, it will be less expensive, at least out of pocket, but not out of tax.
Well, that's what he said. He basically said that was the trade-off. Remember, because he was trying to avoid saying that, but he was like, "Yeah, you'll pay more taxes, but this will be lower." So it's like you're breaking even.
Let's see. Quote, and by the way, Medicare today is the most popular health insurance program in the country. Private health insurance is not particularly popular, he said, and Medicare is run perfectly with no problems.
Well, what he forgets to mention in that part is the poll numbers for private healthcare have gone down since Obamacare was enacted, which ended up forcing everybody's fucking premiums to go up and their co-pays to go up. Come on, Bernie. The government getting involved is what caused that. Stop acting like it's so great, ass.
Let's see. This was a slight but important change from what he had said at the Democratic debate on Thursday night. On Thursday, he said, quote, Medicare is the most popular health insurance program in the country. People don't like their private insurance companies. They like their doctors and hospitals. Under our plan, people go to any doctor they want, any hospital they want, unquote. At the debate, he spoke of the popularity of insurance companies. On ABC, he spoke of the popularity of private health insurance itself. For the moment, we'll ignore the claims that healthcare will be much less expensive under Sanders' plan and that people could go to any doctor or hospital they want. Let's delve into his claim about the respective popularity of Medicare and private insurance. Facts first. Sanders is correct about the popularity of Medicare. It is popular across political lines and is more popular than private insurance. Private insurance, though, is also quite popular with the people who use it, even though insurance companies are not. Okay. So there you go.
Real quick, Duck Dog, thank you. Medicare is popular because of all the old bastards dying on it. And Zach Osborne, thank you. So, you know, trillions of dollars and millions of people out of work. Medicare for all. Its benefits include taxing us all into oblivion and free transition surgery for toddlers. No fraud at all. Yeah, it's amazing how much more expensive things when the government gets involved. We'll see.
Did you guys notice a lack of "wow, technically true" in there? Like they literally just said it's true, but also people like the other one too, and they just left it at that. Like there was no, but it was just like, yeah, it's true.
Well, as it is, they showed the slight variation on his rhetoric, and I mean, sometimes things are just what they are. So good on them, I guess, except that I would be curious if Trump had said something similar, what their response would have been.
They would have found some way to be like, well, technically true. Trump's an asshole.
Yeah. But that's all the big stories I had pulled up. Let me make sure nothing is broken in the last minute or 5 here.
I just want to point out there was a ABC poll that just came out. We talked about the poll the other day. That was a CNN one that showed Kamala Harris in second, with Biden having slipped 10 points.
Yeah.
This ABC poll was just done today, I think is when it came out. Yeah, it just came out today. Biden at 29, Sanders at 23, and Harris way down at 11.
And Booker nowhere in sight.
Nowhere in sight. O'Rourke is on there, and Booker isn't. O'Rourke's at 2% in theirs. But the interesting part about this to me was that where is it? Here it is. Of the half of leaning Democrat, that's those people leaning Democrat who they likely vote for. 5% of them supported Kamala Harris. Among those who actually watched the debate, though, it was 20%. Ooh. So look for more fireworks in the next one, because they're sending out the message. You gotta get it out there and be loud. Maybe she can accuse Bernie of being racist next. It'll be cool. I just thought it was an interesting how those two different news organizations got such wildly different polls. In CNN's poll, CNN and ABC here, they basically switched Kamala and Bernie's places there, almost to the number for the what's the word I'm looking for, percentages. And again, over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much, Zach Osborne. Careful, you guys are going to get shoe on head mad.
I don't know about that.
I make people mad all the time. It's all right. See, these people don't freaking care. They want a woman. Nah. The story going around, though, the whole reason for all of these stories is that Biden is tanking. And they're not paying attention to the fact, one, he's still winning. Two, if anybody's paying attention, you'll notice most people aren't paying attention yet still. It is still only in the news hound phase. Wait until we get to New Hampshire. That's when people start to really pay attention. You will see people drop out, because they just don't have any support. But anybody who has the money to make it to New Hampshire, that's when things get interesting. Let's see. With that, we move on to the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. Guys, there's a story you'd like to take a look at. Hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to them all, but that's just because Joe Biden's slipping in the polls. Scribbles?
And slipping his hands in places where they don't belong.
And sniffing.
Let's see. This one comes from Frosted Glass, who assures us that this is not a Poe. It's from Vox.com.
Oh, fuck.
Here's the headline. 3 reasons the American Revolution was a mistake.
Oh, no.
You ever hear the phrase Tuesday night quarterbacking? Or Monday night quarterbacking, I guess whichever it was. I'm not a football fan. You're a little late, Fox.
It's Monday morning quarterback.
Monday mornings. Yeah, I don't know football. I'm not a sports guy. I'm an English major. Who wrote this, just for reference sake? Dylan Matthews, whoever that is. I was hoping it'd be Carlos Mazza, but anyway. This July 4, let's not mince words. American independence in 1776 was a monumental mistake. We would be mourning the fact that we left the United Kingdom. We should be mourning the fact that we left the United Kingdom, not cheering it. Of course,
You can go right the fuck over there, motherfucker.
Yeah, Irate Bear could use the company. Of course, evaluating the wisdom of the American Revolution means dealing with counterfactuals. Okay. As any historian would tell you, this is a messy business. We obviously can't be entirely sure how America would have fared if it had stayed in the British Empire longer, perhaps gaining independence a century or so later, along with Canada, or being taken over by the French or something. I don't know. But I'm reasonably confident a world in which the revolution never happened would be better than the one we live in now for three main reasons. Okay, can you guys think of three reasons?
I've already read ahead, so I know.
Oh, well, then stop cheating, would you? Would you let me at least surprise my co-hosts with the information?
Real quick, Dark Shade says, who else is ready for a Black Ariel Little Mermaid live action remake? We'll talk about that later. Thank you for the donation there. And Connor, did you know Dr. Strangelove is 55 years old? I did not.
All right. Well, anyway, since Monkey's already semi-spoiled, slavery would have been abolished earlier. American Indians would have faced rampant persecution, but not the outright ethnic cleansing Andrew Jackson and other American leaders perpetuated. And America would have a parliamentary system of government that makes policy making easier and lessens the risk of democratic collapse. Have you watched Britain lately? Anyway. Let's see. Abolition would have come faster without independence. The main reason the revolution was a mistake is that the British Empire, in all likelihood, would have abolished slavery earlier than the U.S. did and with less bloodshed. In all likelihood?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know. I think the economic dynamics, if Britain was in control of America's resources at that time, and the economy as it was, probably would have given them a lot of power in Britain to keep it going. I could be mistaken, but then we're all just guessing here. Abolition in most of the British Empire occurred in 1834 following the passage of the Slavery Abolition Act. That left out India. Oh, so it wasn't perfect? Okay. But slavery was banned there too in 1843. In England itself, slavery was illegal, at least going back to 1772. That's decades earlier than the United States.
It's also 4 years before the revolution, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, I was about to say, if it was illegal in 1772 and America hadn't existed yet and was in control of the British, why was slavery still a thing here at that time?
Yeah.
His next fucking paragraph. I have to mute myself.
Okay, why do I bother? Why do I bother? You're like the guy in the theater who's already watched the movie and you start spouting off.
You're
like,
reading
just
it
wait
to
see
the
this.
audience.
Yeah, I know. I haven't read this yet. I don't know what's going on, but you're like, oh, Mr. Spoiler Alert over here. Jesus Christ.
I didn't spoil shit. Do you want me to spoil it?
Oh.
I ain't tell you a damn thing it said.
Weren't you going to mute yourself? Why do you make promises you can't keep?
I did mute myself. I unmuted myself to answer you.
Mommy, in your hole. Get back in your hole. All right. This alone is enough to make the case against the revolution. Decades less slavery is a massive humanitarian gain that almost certainly dominates whatever gains came to the colonists from independence. The main benefit of the revolution to colonists was that it gave more political power to America's white male minority. For the vast majority of the country, it's women, slaves, American Indians. The difference between disenfranchisement in an independent America and disenfranchisement in a British-controlled colonial America was negligible. Yeah, the degrees of disenfranchisement. Okay, all right. If anything, the latter would have been preferable since at least women and minorities wouldn't be singled out for disenfranchisement. From the vantage point of most of the country, who cares if white men had to suffer through what everyone else did for a while longer, especially if them doing so meant slaves gained decades of free life?
Who the fuck do you think was in charge in British society back then?
Was it a monarchy?
Of white people.
Yeah.
Jesus
Old white
fuck.
Man. I mean, King George, for God's sakes, right? Who'd be ruling over everything? And you keep sort of setting aside India and how long the occupation of India extended into the future far beyond the revolution. Britain's hands were not somehow clean after 1834. I don't know what to tell you.
And they had no problem with their tea and tobacco being taken care of by the blacks that were slaves at the time, you dick.
All right. Well, this goes on for a very long time, but we have other stories, so I'm going to move on.
Well, let's read his other two reasons real fast. The second one is independence was bad for Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, America would have a better system of government if we stuck with Britain. And that's because monarchies are apparently preferable to all other forms of government, you guys. Having a king tell you what to do, one person, best way to run things.
And if you want to do like a alternate history thing, again, you add on the wealth and control and power that being in dominion over the United States or Americas or whatever the time would have been to the British Empire. You could have extended the time where the monarchy mattered in the empire as a result, because the monarchy would have far more power than being essentially locked into just the British Isles after that point. And they would have far more resources to then go forth and extend the empire out even further. There's no saying that simply, oh, well, if America had not gone independent, then America today would be exactly like Britain is today. No. Game this out in your head. The British Empire gains control of America, and the empire, the sun would never have set on the British Empire after that. Come on, idiot. Anyway, now Canada would just be an extension of the British Empire, just as America was. And anyway, read some Harry Turtledove. There's a great book called The Two Georges, where that very thing happened. The Revolutionary War never took place. America extended itself out into becoming just another part of the British Empire. It's one alternate history theory about what would have happened, but you can read that. Okay, this one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. Diner goes viral for offering my girlfriend's not hungry option. A menu has gone viral for having the most relatable item ever seen at a restaurant, and which I've been told is just a hallmark of misogyny, by the way. Mama D's Diner in North Little Rock, Arkansas has a, quote, my girlfriend's not hungry, unquote, option on their menu, and people are finding it extremely relatable. 20,000 people to be exact. Nick Chisler posted this picture of the menu on his Facebook page, and within a little over 2 days received over 20,000 shares. Under the side options, which includes fried squash, fried pickles, and coleslaw, each for $2.95, is the My Girlfriend's Not Hungry option. What does that entail, you ask? Well, you can add extra fries to the entree you ordered, along with either 2 fried chicken wings or 3 fried cheese sticks. Somehow, this restaurant found a solution for when your girlfriend says she's not hungry, but really what she means is she wants a little bit of your food. If you are wishing you could order this right now, head on down to Mama D's Diner in North Little Rock and check it out.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. That is funny as shit, and well played to that diner. Real quick, Zach Osborne, like the East India Trading Company was a beacon of fucking tolerance and love, or the Zulu Wars were totally justified and necessary. Fuck England. And thank you, Darkshade. A hairy turtle dove, mad scientist intensifies. Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, really good author of alternate history. Not all of his books are that great, but a lot of his early stuff is. Guns of the South. You want to read like a one-off, really interesting story about the Civil War, read Guns of the South. That was a great book. Let's see. This one comes from Froggy, who is a redhead, last I recall.
Little redhead, yeah.
Little redhead. I like me a little redhead. If it'll come up here, because it's taking its sweet time to load. Come on, story. My internet's not that bad, as far as I know.
Oh, wow.
Good God, what is going on here? Okay. Northwest Arkansas woman gets probation for framing husband with child porn and rape.
Lovely.
Probation, you say. Okay. A Northwest Arkansas woman will serve 6 years of probation after admitting to framing her husband by putting child pornography on his phone and falsely telling police he sexually assaulted a girl. Cherie Renee Bolton, 34, of Siloam Springs, pleaded guilty last week in Benton County Circuit Court to possessing and distributing child pornography and filing a false police report. And she got 6 years probation. Horse shit.
Dark Shade, thank you. Guns of the South sounds like Porno.
Porno? No, it's not. Sorry, Dark Shade.
ERAU now. ERA us now says, "Hey Vox, guess General Amherst did nothing wrong."
Yeah.
You're assuming the guy from Vox knows fuck all about history.
Yeah.
And Zach Osborne. Hey, have I been tweeting at the wrong hashtag? I have been drinking a bit. Hashtag MSS News, and once we start, we go down the list. So if you've put anything in since we've started, we'll probably get to it tomorrow if we get to it. Go ahead.
A circuit judge on Monday ordered Bolton to also register as a sex offender. Oh, well, why don't you do that after you've thrown her in prison for a couple of years? Because she was trying to send that guy away forever. Do you think if that guy hadn't been found out to being framed, that he would have gotten 6 months probation for possessing child porn?
No.
Sorry, 6 years probation.
He'd be in prison for a long, long time.
Let's see. The felony conviction stemmed from her January 2018 arrest. Siloam Springs police investigated claims she made about her husband raping a 13-year-old girl and attacking her when she found out. Authorities said that Bolton showed investigators pictures that she planted on his phone. Her husband told investigators he kicked Bolton out of the home and denied any sexual assault. Bolton eventually told police she was high on methamphetamines when she downloaded the child pornography images to put on his phone. That was probably what did it. If there wasn't some record of her having downloaded it in the first place, that guy would be fucking locked up. And she gets 6 years probation. That's horseshit. She initially faced a maximum 10-year prison sentence for the child pornography charge. Yeah, why was she pled down?
How the hell does she know where to find child porn?
Well, it is Arkansas.
Oh, she just went to her family's Facebook page?
Yeah. Nothing spells loving like marrying your cousin.
No, this is bullshit.
Yeah. That lady should have gotten years in prison, even on a plea. Trying to frame a guy for not only felon, but federal crimes, child pornography, rape, and assault. Rape of a child. And all she gets is 6 years of probation on a plea. Horse shit. Anyway. This is why we need the ERA. Somebody could make an argument against that. It's like, you wouldn't give that to a man. Let's see. Oh, this one. So this one comes from Quinn Harrison. Trump administration hits some immigrants. Hits some immigrants in the U.S. illegally. You mean illegal immigrants? Anyway, with fines up to $500,000.
Oh, no.
Which they'll never pay, and we just shouldn't expect anything from it. The Trump administration is seeking to fine some immigrants, who are in the United States illegally, hundreds of thousands of dollars for failing to take steps to leave after being ordered to do so, according to government documents obtained by NPR. The Department of Homeland Security sent out a batch of notices across the country to targeted individuals, ordering them to pay fines of up to nearly $500,000 for, quote, failing to depart the U.S. as previously agreed, unquote, among other factors. It is the intention of ICE to order you pay a fine in the amount of $497,777, Lisa Hocht, U.S. Immigrations and Custom Enforcement Officer, wrote to Edith Espinal Moreno in a letter dated June 25th, 2019, obtained by NPR from lawyers for Moreno. I looked this up. You know what the story is about Edith Espinal Moreno? So she was brought here in, I believe it was 95 by her parents. Her application for asylum was denied in 2015. Her final deportation order was levied against her in October of 2016. And then in October of 2017, she ran to a church and has been hiding there ever since to avoid ICE.
I think I remember her.
And so the Obama administration said out. And then when Trump took over, she hides. And now she's still in hiding. And now she has a $500,000 bill sent to her. And I said on Twitter, I said, like, well, whether it's $500,000 or $5,000, it doesn't matter. It's a moot penalty. She's already avoiding the law. So what's the? I mean, I really don't understand why the Trump administration is doing this. They're not going to get the money. So except for underlining thing or just trolling people, I don't really get the point of it.
Well, you also have with Julian Castro just saying that this should be a civil offense coming here illegally. You can have civil fines, so why not?
I suppose that's true.
Zach Osborne, thank you. Replied to all my tweets with hashtag MSS News. Disregard the hashtag MMS News. I must have misheard. Couldn't possibly be the delicious nectar that is Jack Daniel's Down Home Punch that I bought for my girlfriend that she didn't drink. Thank you so much, sir.
Is that from the My Girlfriend's Not Thirsty menu?
Must be.
Okay. That's all right. Well, the headline of this is entertaining enough. This one comes from Cereal Abuse, cereal being that which you would eat at breakfast time. Har har. South African illusionist suffers head wound during magic show mishap with crossbow.
Oh.
Well.
Were you trying to do one of those things where they like shoot an arrow at your head and you dodge it or catch it or something? An illusionist in South Africa suffered a head wound when a magic show stunt involving a crossbow went terribly wrong. Reports say Lee Lau was performing an escape when he was shot Sunday in Makanda. Maybe he was on one of those Wheel of Fortune wheels spinning around and somebody was shooting arrows. I'm wondering. Let's see. He left the hospital after doctors stitched up his head. Quote, we just had a little minor incident this afternoon, but I'm all well, Lau said in a video. Are they going to tell us what the act was? Okay. The escape is performed when the crossbow is held by apparatus and fired by a mechanically timed trigger. At the time the crossbow was fired, it was not held by either performer. But what was he doing?
He was like doing some kind of escape, like he was in a straitjacket or something and supposed to get out before the timer went off.
I guess they don't detail that though. So yeah, all right. Well, illusion broken, I guess.
Well, the crossbow bolt didn't actually penetrate his skull; it just hit him. Yeah, and bounced off. So he got lucky there.
Let's see. This one comes from Princess Unicorn Nipples. If it'll come up. Come on. Boy, it's taking sweet time today to pull up some of these stories. It's MSS News or MSN News. It should be pretty quick. Maybe my internet's. Am I roboting or anything by any chance?
You don't seem to be.
Okay, well.
And my shitty internet's already pulled up the story. So what's going on with yours?
All right. Woman calmly fires contractor flying Confederate flag off truck. Our money won't go to such hate. A black couple was shocked when a contractor pulled up to their Atlanta home. Shocked in Atlanta? Okay. With an enormous Confederate flag flying off the back of his truck. Allison and Zeke Brown had hired the man to fix the brakes on their golf cart. All right. After finding him on, maybe that's a common thing in Georgia. I don't know. After finding him on Facebook Marketplace, he seemed fine until he showed up with the flag in tow. They were so taken aback by the flag, they immediately fired him. However, in a moment captured on the couple's doorbell camera. Quote, hi, you know what? I do apologize. I know you've come from a very long way, but we're going to use someone else, Allison tells the man, who's identified only as Michael. Quote, she's upset with the flag, Zeke says. Quote, no, I'm beyond upset with the flag, Allison adds. Michael, the contractor, then offers to remove the flag to allay them. Quote, "No, you don't need to take it down," Allison replies. "You can continue to believe what you need to believe, sir, but no, I cannot pay you for your services. Thank you. Have a good day." Asked about the decision to fire Michael, the couple told Inside Edition they didn't think twice. Quote, "This is easy," said Allison. "We can control where we spend our money, and it will not go to someone promoting such hate." Quote, "I was just a little surprised that a gentleman this young was riding around with a symbol of hate," added Zeke. Okay. I mean, she's right. It's her money. She doesn't have to.
Real quick, Dark Shade, thank you regarding the last thing. Lilau and Stitch. You got stitches. Now, you laughed about the whole golf cart thing. Do you see the pictures of this story? Look at those houses. This is a very, very wealthy couple. And good for them. That's not a doubt. You're a contractor. I don't care if you're going to a wealthy house or not. Why the fuck would you go there with something like that on your car? Even if you fly it in your spare fucking time.
Well, here's his explanation. Speaking to Yahoo Lifestyle, Michael said he is a redneck and maintained the flag as an adornment for the 4th of July. Quote, "My little siblings bought it from a flea market," he said. "I don't support slavery, and neither do my siblings, but I'm not going to take it down when my siblings ask me to fly it. If the family wants to take offense, they can," unquote.
Are your siblings going to pay your rent?
Well, I don't know. The only issue that I take is the fact that people can see something that they interpret it as something. Like, I think that means this. So definitively, you are these things, like full stop. There's no if, ands, or buts. There's no possibility of any other explanation. If I see this thing, I have interpreted it as such. So you are these things because you are flying it, which is kind of weird to do. Just like the whole Pepe thing, like when that was first going on or whatever, it clearly had an intended use for a while. A lot of people were using it for all kinds of memes or whatever. And then a couple people started using it in a poor way. And then it became every single human being that exists on this planet that uses Pepe is a racist, period. There is no other thing. There is no memes or that shit didn't exist. Period, point blank. If you use the Pepe meme, you are a racist, full stop. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I'm like, that. I take issue with that type of shit.
No, okay, but here's my point. Let's say he had a shirt that just said fuck. That's all it says is fuck. My siblings bought this for me. You don't show up to a job wearing that.
That's true.
It's called professionalism, and whether you think that should offend anybody or people should get offended immediately, some people can. So why risk it? Be professional in your job, and then you know what? When you get back home, pop the flag up for your little racist cousins. So sorry, I'm judging them as racist. That was just a joke, y'all. I don't know that they are, but still.
Just as a hypothetical, what if the house he pulled up to was some crazy SJWs and he had an American flag on his car and they said, "I find that offensive. They support Trump. I don't like racists because of that flag."
I think I would understand your point on this more. But I'm still of the opinion, getting offended by our actual country flag, because, guys, the stars and bars, not our country flag. Celebrating the 4th of July with that is really. But anyhow, I would have more of an issue with it. But again, in this day and age, I mean, anything that can be seen as political, you have to be careful with putting out there.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that.
Monkey's arguing professional pragmatism.
Yes, not his personal. I don't care what he believes in his personal life.
Right? No. You're talking about optics of professional pragmatism, and Satsu's just saying people overreacting and making associations. And Monkey's not wrong. Satsu's not wrong. But this guy, unless he's been living under a rock, he understands the connotation that people will perceive of that flag.
Yeah.
And so, whether he can believe what he wants, and whether or not he attributes that flag with meaning something that other people attribute it with is beside the point. But he can't be unaware of what he might be risking optically if he rides around with that flag on there.
And so you went into a rich neighborhood, a very rich neighborhood. Come on.
Well, there's not going to be black people in a rich neighborhood.
Right.
I mean, if he's a racist, obviously he doesn't believe that, right? So there you go.
Zach Osborne, thank you. Monkey, I live in Northwest Pennsylvania. There's a Confederate flag flying outside a house literally right down the street from me. It doesn't mean that what everyone thinks it means here. It means rebel. I understand it's unprofessional, and that's a good point. Yeah, look, I actually think that I like the flag. I hate that it's attached to what it is. I'm just talking about the aesthetics of it. It's a cool looking flag, and unfortunately, it's been whether you like it or not, just destroyed by history.
I just thought of something hilarious. What if there's like they were taken aback when they saw the flag? It's like he was taken aback when he saw you were black.
When he saw Negroes. Oh my God.
Wait, this is a rich neighborhood. What? Are you the help?
Yeah, it's long been called the rebel flag. Wow. And after the war, it was a symbol of, the Northern oppression. So yeah, I get all the other arguments for it. I do. It's just, I mean, if you're running a business, you want to keep it as milquetoast as you can, guys. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, it would have been funny though if his response was
yes.
If it was just like, they don't want to do business with me, and trust me, the feeling's mutual. I didn't know that they were gonna be black. Like,
or if he could have been like, could you get the white people who own the house here?
Oh no, dude.
Sorry. Also over on the Streamlabs, man, Zach, you're not kidding. You're going to make me take notice. In this day and age, you have to censor yourself because you might get your professional or your personal life fucked with because of your political beliefs. Don't express yourself unless it conforms to the social zeitgeist. No, that's not what I'm saying. You can do whatever you want in your personal life. This was his professional life. He was going there to do contract work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go to work with a flogger attached to my belt.
Right. It's just being professional is all.
I think we're...
Oh, shit. Yeah, we're getting late. Sorry, I was enjoying the arguments and stuff. Guys, thank you so much for the submissions to MSS News. It is a blessing to have the problem we have and not being able to get to all of them. But thank you for the submissions. That's going to bring us to the YouTube's time. And as Satsu, per tradition, we're going to start with you.
Well, uploaded episode 2 of NFG Kitchen on my, not my cooking channel, on my gaming channel, where I'm playing Cooking Simulator. And I decided to start a series where I'm going to play through the game and not give a shit about the quality of the food that I make. I'm not going to do it wrong. Like, I'm not purposely fucking it up. But the objective is, if I fuck it up, it's like, whatever, they'll get over it. To see how long my restaurant stays up before everything crashes and burns. And it's going to get more difficult as time goes on because all the dishes I'm making now, I already know how to make. So it's like, it's like whatever. But much later on, things are going to get real interesting. So I got that going. I also recorded 2 new episodes of that today, but for whatever reason, the video footage of that was completely fucked. The audio was crisp and clean than a motherfucker, but the video footage was shot. So I'm not sure what to do about that, unfortunately. That kind of annoyed me because I kind of took some wind out of my sails. But I got some more cooking stuff coming out. The Salisbury steak that I made video is being edited and completed, and that'll go up soon. And I'm probably going to be barbecuing tomorrow, so I might either do a live stream or some video of that. And I got a lot of stuff going on. Satsu, try to poison your customers. No. I'm not killing people. Shit.
Zach, thank you. I understand that, but let's play devil's advocate and imagine he was flying a rainbow flag. I would say the same thing. And it's like the American one, bringing that one up. That is deeply personal to me, man. I love my country and the flag. And when there's people who are like, I'm not supporting this business because they support America, they can go fuck yourselves. However, I mean, again, as milquetoast as possible should be your, unless you're out there in an outrage business, or you're in a specifically political business, those are fine. Well, but if you're a lawn care business, or you're in this case a vehicle repair business, keep it as milquetoast as possible. What were you going to say there, Satsu? I'm sorry.
To his point, though, the villain would have been different in that story.
Oh sure,
been completely different. And it's interesting how that works out, but it is what it is. That's the world we live in.
If you're talking about how the media would see it, oh hell yeah, they'd see it completely different.
Oh yeah.
But mine would be the same. Why are you trying to provoke? Why are you trying? You're not there to send a message when you're fixing a fucking car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You went to fix the brakes on a golf cart. That should have been your first hint that it was going to be a rather exclusive area, dumbass. Anyhow. Scribbles, what'd you work on today?
Nothing.
Beautiful. So let me tell you about my night. I logged off here last night, right? And I'd been invited on Jackbox TV with Lady Monkey because she was a guest on there last night. It's like, I can't. I was in a bad way yesterday, right? So, but I was sitting here watching, and Data had been a guest on there, and about halfway through, Data had to drop out. Data has to leave streams and stuff occasionally. His eyes are going bad, and he just has to go rest. I'm like, okay, I'll jump in with you guys. So I jumped in and played for about an hour. And it's like, I need to get some sleep. I'm going to do my monkey in the morning now, get it out of the way so I can sleep. So I did monkey in the morning for about 3 hours. It's like, there's no way I'm going to be able to sleep. Let's do a sim stream. So I did a sim stream for about 2 hours. It's like, there's still no way I'm going to be able to sleep. Let's do a monkey in the morning for the people who like monkey in the morning in the East Coast AM time. And then after that, I finally went to sleep. So from the time you guys talked to me last, I've streamed and slept. Yay.
Good job.
There's a lot of monkey out there if you want to find me today, with opinions on everything from boobs to history. I think we did history last night. Lots of stuff. That brings us to the fucketries, guys. And I'm going to start this just because we were asked about it already, and it's my main thing that I wanted to talk about, and want to get it out. Ariel is going to be played by, I thought it said Halle Berry at first.
I know. When I first saw that, I was like, Halle Berry? She's a little. Is this going to be like a CGI thing where she's just providing the voice?
But what is Halle Bailey? I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, I saw people freaking out about people freaking out because she's going to be black more than I did people freaking out because she's black. And I want to be very clear. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what color she is. It's a fucking mermaid. Now, The Little Mermaid is one of my favorite Disney movies ever, rivaled probably only by Aladdin. And that's because that has more sentimental stuff because of my daughter. But Little Mermaid, I fucking love it. I love the music. It's the first Disney cartoon movie that I remember enjoying. All the other ones before that were like a slog to me. And this one's like, I love the music, and it's a cute little tale. And I don't care if The Little Mermaid's black. What does bother me, and what I know is going to happen, and what is going to ruin this for me, is that Disney is not just going to remake the story. And we know this because of Beauty and the Beast. We know this because of Aladdin. They're going to have to add other shit to this that doesn't belong in the movie. That's the part that's going to offend and piss me off. I don't care that she's black. As long as she can sing, I don't care that she's black. Really don't. I don't know how you gentlemen feel about it, because there's the blackwashing, and there's the blackwashing the gingers, which should be a joke, guys, but there's a lot of people out there pushing it a little too seriously. I don't care that she's black. I really don't.
Well, for me, I'm just curious how the story's gonna go, because first off, they were saying the roles are gonna be reversed, like she's gonna be on land and want to go to the sea.
That was actually a hypothetical story we read.
Was it?
Yeah, that was somebody saying that they wish that is what would happen.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if that was like a thing that they were saying that they were contemplating on doing. So she's going to be a princess, and her father presumably is going to be the king of Atlantis.
Yes.
So King Triton, or Trident, is it Trident? Triton. He's going to be black too.
Yeah, and somebody pointed, I think it was Mems Holiday, said that somebody had pointed out to her Eldris Alba playing him. And now that I've heard that, I'm like, yes. If Little Mermaid's going to be black, he should definitely be King Triton.
I'm 100% on board if that's the case.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I know who's going to play Ursula. McCarthy.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy would work.
Oh yeah, that would probably.
She's
Well,
a
no,
fat whale.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
What's her name? Izzy or whatever that singer's name is that's really popular right now. Izza, something like that. I forget.
I'm not sure.
Not Izzy Azalea or whatever, but or Iggy Azalea. But the fuck, I can't remember her name. Anyway, whatever.
Tess Holiday is Ursula. Yeah, just get some big old bitch in there. Doesn't much matter. Yeah, but I don't care about what color she is. I really don't. And then there are other people. Well, you have to make Mulan white or black, and then you have to make what's her name, Tiana, from the Frog and the Princess, or the Princess and the Frog. What if you made her white? These are stories where their skin color is like definitively tied to their character. We're talking about mermaids, y'all.
I mean, I don't know. Did Triton have any black daughters? Was one of them black? Because he had several daughters, right?
Not in the movie, not in the cartoon. They had various shades of hair color, but not skin color.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of implications behind it, like, you know. But whatever. Like Monkey said, the most offensive thing isn't going to be the color of her skin. It's going to be some bullshit about
the most offensive.
Even though,
okay.
I'll go ahead.
Sorry, either I'm cutting out or you're cutting out. So.
No, what I was saying is some bullshit about even though she's the princess and her dad's the king, somehow them being darker is a problem or some shit. I don't know. It's going to be something dumb.
No, the thing that's going to be the biggest problem is the CGI turning into a half fish and it looking like Will Smith as a genie.
You know, one of the biggest worries going into Aladdin for me was that they made Jafar this young guy, and there's a line from the original movie that was a joke when Jafar sets it up so Jasmine has to marry him. Even the king's like, but you're so old. He's supposed to be this old creepy motherfucker, and instead they hired some younger guy. And as it did throw it off a little bit, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was they added in the subplot of her being this powerful feminist and her two feminist songs. Please don't do that to the Little Mermaid, please.
Oh, it's going to happen. I mean, she can't. She's going to save the prince, as she does in the movie, but she's going to do it more than once, and he's never going to save her, or she'll be a partner in anything that happens to her. We can't have her be the damsel in distress in any way, shape, or form. No. And Ursula will be seen as a figure of body size empowerment in some fashion.
Yeah, I think it's going to end where she's going to be like, you know what? On second thought, I don't want to come up to this on land and marry you or whatever. I'm going to be an independent woman. I don't need no man to come on land and be
right. He's going to become a mermaid and join her under the sea.
Yes,
a merman. Sorry.
Wolf says, I like redheads, so I'm disappointed she isn't a redhead. I understand that if you're disappointed she's not a redhead because you like redheads, that's fine. But if you're like, it's awful they made Ariel a black woman, I don't give a damn. I really don't. It's based on a cartoon.
I've never seen any of these live action Disney movies, so I really couldn't care less. But the controversy over it is going to be something to behold in the meantime.
Well, yeah, because already looking through the feed, I'm like, I'm up to 500 comments about people going to be mad. Like, oh, people are going to be upset. People are going to be so pissed. I wonder what straight white people are like. You guys are probably so mad. And it's just like, where are the people upset?
Yeah, that was the thing. I've seen far more people talking about people being upset than I've seen anyone actually upset.
Well, we got to start the outrage machine now because that is going to be part of the marketing. That's just the way it is now. So,
of course.
Now,
what? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I was going to say now. I have seen some of the live action ones. Actually, I've seen most of them now. My problem with both of them, Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, are the same. In the original tellings of the cartoons, these are strong, independent women. They both were, but they weren't strong and independent enough, so they had to be made even cuntier going into the live action movies. There's no reason to do that. Just if you're going to tell the story again, retell the same story. It's what we liked.
Yeah, they're always complaining how there's no movies that have strong female protagonists. Practically every Disney movie is centered around a strong female protagonist. Yep. It's just that, just like everybody else in the world, they're not an island. they have help, they have friends, they have like little animals that help them, or little fairy godmothers, or whatever else. Because it's a story. It's a story about friendship and teamwork and everything else in most Disney movies. But now, no, they have to be all Mary Sue's left, right, and center.
Well, just to drive the point home to one of the comments that I saw, and this is pretty much my fucketry. One of the comments that I saw in there was, "I'm just here to see all the people who are mad," or "I just wonder how many people are going to be mad about this," is what they said specifically. And the first comment under there was, "Not as many as I had hoped," and to be honest, I'm kind of upset about it.
Jesus fuck.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'm just great. Like, oh, fucking awesome. So y'all ain't even hiding it no more.
Now, I did see something that upset me, and I don't think it's actually true, and I'm hoping it's not. Somebody put up that Pete Davidson was going to be Sebastian.
Oh, wait, is that the guy from SNL?
Yeah. Okay. And if that happens, I will probably boycott the movie. I don't give a fuck about Ariel being black. If they make Sebastian an annoying douchebag, then no. He's an annoying douchebag to begin with. You don't actually make him a real life one.
And do you think he would imitate a Jamaican accent?
Oh no. Well, they're probably getting rid of that song because it's, I'm sure somebody will be like, that song was racist anyway. Jamaican people don't sound Jamaican.
I want to share something before we move on to you guys' fucketry. This is something somebody sent to me, and they're like, where can I send this to? And I wish I had a place that they could actually send it. This is me made out of fucking chainmail. How fucking cool is that? Thank you so much for taking the time and liking us so much that you would do that. But I wish I had a way to get that. I really do, because that is fucking awesome.
Oh, that's pretty sweet, dude.
Made out of fucking chainmail. Anyhow. Satsu, did you have more fucketry?
Outside of people talking about the when AOC put up her post again about the border stuff, and she they are concentration camps because blah 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 blah, and she said basically fuck what the people who said that they aren't say, like the people who were like, what was it, the museum or something for that, or
whatever. The Holocaust Museum.
Yeah, she basically said they don't know what they're talking about. Like, it is what it is. And some of the comments, one of the comments underneath was like, but y'all have been telling us all the time that this was a fake thing. Like, it's not real. There is no mass amount of people coming over here. And now y'all are complaining about these places being full. And it was like, well, see, that was a part of the fabrication. And I'm like, how does that make any sense? So you're telling me right now that Trump tricked you into believing that there was a crisis at the border, but was secretly calling people over here so he can lock them up in these facilities? Like, he tried to get funding to get a wall to stop them to come over there, but that was a ruse. The real trick was he was secretly having people shipped over here so he can put them in cages. I'm like, what the fuck are you people talking about, man? But they're like, yeah, it was all a part of the conspiracy. That's why they were saying it was real, because they fabricated and made all this stuff up, and they've been feeding the narrative this whole time. And I'm like, I don't even think you understand what you're saying right now. But yeah, that was a fucketry that I was dealing with. I didn't even know how to respond to that.
Alrighty, and Scribbles, did you have any?
I did have one thing. 1 second here. Let me pull it up because it was a while back. Where'd it go? No, wait. Did we talk about that yesterday? Maybe we talked about that yesterday. Yeah, no, it was the lady talking about all white people are racist in their bones or whatever. That's what it was. Yeah, never mind. People just kept liking it today, so for some reason my brain thought it happened today. So no, I don't really have anything you guys haven't already talked about.
Okay. Well then.
Yes. Sorry. I wish I could add something that's like, well, not a lot happened today. I was really busy at work. A lot of stuff's been going on at work the last couple of days, and I didn't really have a chance to do much else.
Man, I actually had a deep topic that I was thinking about earlier because I had saw something on Facebook. I don't know why Facebook is always the one that gives me like deep topic ideas, but for some reason I can't. It's not like coming to me. God damn it.
Okay, well, but wait, this is just close to dead air right now.
No, I have something. There was somebody annoying me and I had to smack him around a little bit. Thank you, Zach. Did you know AOC basically auditioned for the nomination to the seat? They brought in people like a casting call and picked her. Yeah. We've talked about that before on the show. It was how the Justice Democrats went around the country trying to find candidates. They had people audition, yeah. And there's a reason that she often sounds like she's reading lines. This is the woman we're supposed to believe absolutely without a doubt knows what a concentration camp is, but doesn't know what a garbage disposal is. Yeah, that makes sense. Where'd that go? There's a poll I'm running, guys. So would you buy the ranting monkey vaginal egg?
Oh, God.
I'm thinking of starting my own line of products like Goop.
Oh, good. What are you going to call it? Poop?
Well, what she did is she took Gwyneth Paltrow, the G and the P, and she just put some zeros in the middle, some O's in the middle. So mine would be room. So ranting monkey. Room. The room vaginal egg. Yeah,
make room for the vaginal egg.
No, we've been going over a lot of this stuff and new agey stuff, and I'm torn here. I hate having a conscience.
The lonely sociopath.
I hate having a conscience, man. We were looking through the stuff that Gwyneth Paltrow sells on her Goop site, and one of the things they sell is actually a they call it sex lotion, and it is a group of things I'm fairly certain you should never put in your vagina. Different extracts and stuff. I'm like, I don't think that goes in there. But obviously, dumb people are buying this shit. She sells a $3,000 vibrator. It's not even a vibrator. It's just a dildo. It's a $3,000. It's $3,400. It's just steel covered in 24 karat gold. I feel like I could be the kind of person who could make up items that dumb people like that would buy.
You mean like $30 jars of your dirty bathwater?
Yeah, you have that chick. We didn't talk about her either. Now, I got to be honest. In her defense, she's not doing anything wrong there.
No.
She's taking advantage of stupid people. But, I mean, if you're willing to buy water that a woman sat in, do you really...
You deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you bought water from somebody. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is the chick. I forget her name.
So does everybody else.
Yeah.
They just like that's all.
She's been busted playing or pretending to play video games that she's not really playing. She recently did her Instagram bullshit where she promised to make a Pornhub account, a Pornhub channel.
Yeah.
If she got 1 million likes on a or on a
she's the new Zoe Berger.
Basically. But she makes this post or she does make her Pornhub account, and it's just little jokes. Haha, they're not real dirty ones. Haha. But yeah, now she's selling. The only thing I'm offended by is the name of it. Gamer Girl Bathwater.
Oh,
you ain't no gamer girl. Thank you, Zach Osborne. Reality TV star, granted real estate mogul, businessman as president, and fucking actors being elected to Congress. Honk honk. The fucking reality TV star is actually doing shit to benefit the country. I think there's a case to be made every now and then of getting somebody into Washington or into government who's not a politician. Jared, thank you. H3 bought her farts in a jar.
What?
can you? I have trouble blaming her when she's coming up with stupid shit that dumb people are going to buy. It's not like she's as long as she's not lying about what it is, you know. As long as she filled a bathtub with water, got in it at least once, even if she just put her fucking foot in it and then scooped that out, that's not lying. It is what they know it is. It's water that she was in, which for some reason they want.
There are a lot of creepy motherfuckers out here.
There are. And I feel like she's not doing. There's a lot of people really, really mad at her about this. Like, look at what she's doing. Like, it's not her that's doing it. The dumbass is buying the shit.
Yeah. That's why I can't really get mad at the companies anymore for like this whole microtransaction and pre-order bullshit. I'm like, y'all are buying it. They wouldn't be doing it. Like, this would have never taken off if y'all wasn't fucking actively participating in it.
It wouldn't.
Just like, yeah, and people get like some of the people I've seen get the most angry about it. I'm like, do you still pre-order games? And they're like, oh yeah, because I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want to hear you bitch about something you still contributing to.
I want that skin.
That worthless skin that I'll use for the first 3 seconds of the game and immediately get a better one.
Well, I saw another. There was some game recently. I forget what it was, where they gave out a special gun. No, it was a special sword in some game like this at the pre-order, and the person was actually mad because they were able to use that same sword the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
And you go one of two ways. You either get one that you can use the whole game or one you can only use like the first 5 minutes.
Right.
And neither's a good answer, guys. But yeah, you can't blame the game companies. It's the people who keep buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's like it still annoys me. But at this point, I'm like, I still pre-order games myself. And they're only ones that I know to be reliable from companies who I know don't have shady practices. But I've given away my right to complain anymore because I still pre-order games. I just, and I can walk around and talk about how much better I am than other people because I only do certain games. But the bottom line is I'm still contributing. So that's why I'm like, whatever, fuck it. We're here now.
I'm really hesitant to pre-order games, especially the first pre-order I ever did was Fallout 76. Which was probably a big mistake.
That was like the worst first pre-order.
Yeah, that was the worst first one I could have done. But I'm not going to get Bloodlines 2 pre-order because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of balancing fixes and issues when that thing comes out, if it comes out when they say it will. But I am tempted just because of their record and the fact that they're not offering any extras, which tells me that any extras will come along just as a matter of owning the game and not doing it pre-order. Cyberpunk 2077, because CD Projekt Red has a pretty good record with dealing with their customers.
I don't often pre-order. I pre-ordered with New Dawn, and I had no problem. That one was great.
Yeah.
But there's been other games that I bought at release, and it's like, oh shit, this was horrible. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Can I get a bottle of your bath water when I pre-order your vaginal egg? Jordan, I asked, look, I did a poll, 33%, about 30% of the people answering say they would buy a vaginal egg, which is both tempting and scary to me. But when I asked people about my bath water, they were like, no, you guys are mean. You're mean is what it is.
Oh, I know what you need to sell. You need to sell a stair that you've fallen down.
Oh, God.
I'd have no stairs left in my house.
Well, you buy new ones with the funds. That's the thing.
There you go. And then you fall down those new ones and you make them more expensive next time.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like that would cause... I would need to get a contractor in here. He'd show up with the flag. We'd have
no,
a big hubbub.
There was a golf cart.
There was a chick. I can't remember if we talked about her on a show, but she said like life for her is so super easy because all she does, she buys socks all the time, and she's like, that's probably the most expense that I have because all I have to do is wear them for a week and then sell them online. Oh. And I can make upwards of like $200 to $300 per pair of socks.
What?
Yeah.
There was a chick. It might be the same one. She was making high 5 figures a year doing this.
Jesus Christ.
And she gets them. She must like not wash her floors at all. Because by the time they're done, the bottom of them socks are black. Even if you wear the same pair of socks for a week, they shouldn't be black. Wash your floor. Wash your shit. You sell Lady Monkey's bathwater.
There you go. Oh, wait. Gross.
I'm not sure I could convince her to do that. Look, just because I have no morals doesn't mean she doesn't.
Well, she married you.
That's just low standards. That's not bad morals.
Yeah, all right. Good.
Man, Squishy was sitting on the couch, and I was sitting there, and I was like she was like wiggling her toes or whatever, and I'm like, "You got cute feet," and she was like, "What do you think about me being a foot model?" I'm like, "How much do they make?" She was like, "Some of them make up to $30,000 a year," and I'm just like, "Bitch, why ain't you doing that?
Get on it.
What the fuck are you doing? You better get that camera, start taking pictures. I don't give a fuck." She's like, "You wouldn't be weirded out?" I'm like, "No, hell no. I would be actively fucking running your business."
Well, start a Pornhub channel, dude, and just do like feet porn.
I'm like, oh shit, man.
Mr. Adam, thank you so much. Can't wait for tomorrow. Take care, you mooks. Love you.
Later.
Bye.
Yeah, tomorrow is Explosion Day.
Explosion Day.
I love fireworks. I don't get to see them very often because you got to go places. They won't do it at my house. Although there is a place that does them really close to my house that I can see them out my window. And I may sneak away for a couple minutes if they do it. I don't know if they're doing it this year, but if they do, Satsu, I may sneak away for a couple minutes during tomorrow's show to see some. Are you guys any 4th of July celebration plans?
Nope. Get up. Well, I'll probably get up at the usual time just because my body's trained that way, and just be lazy all day tomorrow. And then I got to go back to work on Friday. So.
Yeah, I think Squishy's off tomorrow, so I might grill if she's home. If she has to work, then or barbecue or whatever.
It's a barbecue grill. You can say either one.
Like people got me all like jumping back and forth between the two now because I'm like, who's in the chat right now? Who's going to be offended?
Don't let him be offended. Zach says, Zach says I'm sleeping in. Never mind. That's not who I was looking at. Wes said tomorrow is my 60th birthday. Wow.
Whoa.
Congratulations on making it that long. I saw a tweet earlier today. Some woman's son had done something really stupid. He's like 2 years old. He hurt himself, but he's okay. And she goes, somehow boys make it all the way into adulthood. I'm not sure how this happens. I'm like, you know what, sweetie? Neither do we. We boys just do stupid shit all through life.
You want to know how? Because we were building up resistance to fucking shit all that time. That's right.
We learn to duck. That's what it is.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That's right.
Or cripple.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well.
Nobody likes to talk about what doesn't kill you might cripple you for life. Wasn't it George Carlin who said that? Yeah. It's true too. Oh, wait, they're doing the fireworks tonight. I can hear them. So if you guys start hearing explosions, I apologize. But guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to chat time. Questions, comments, concerns. Are there weird things you'd buy from me if I sold them? I'm doing market research. Y'all. I'm serious about this vaginal egg thing. The only problem is what I really wanted to do was have my face etched onto it. And I can't find any place that does that. So what it would have to be is just a normal vaginal egg that came in a monkey pouch. So it'd kind of like be my nut sack. I'll sell 2 of them together. The monkey sack for your lady parts. No? Nobody's going with me on this?
No, sorry. That's all.
Emily said, are there people attracted to hands? Yes, of course.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. There are hand models out there.
Why do they keep casting black people to play characters who should be redheads? Because nobody cares about redheads. There's like 6 of them, and they don't have souls.
Well, one of the comments I saw was like, if you're upset, then you need to check yourself because it's about time that little girls are finally given something that they can a version of Little Mermaid that they can relate to. I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll be able to relate to being half fish and being royalty. And have a crab friend that could talk to them. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be like, yes, finally, I can relate to this completely.
Yeah, and prior to this, no little girls of any stripe anywhere could relate to any Disney movie.
Nope. Unless you were the same color of them, because non-racist people think that.
Yeah, before The Princess and the Frog, there were no little black girls who liked Disney movies.
Nope. Yep. And if they did, they were indoctrinated to like them.
Jack Gunsky throws a link for Moonshock's chemotherapy in there. Yeah, guys, if you can donate to that, please do. What else we got going on here? Make a dildo with your head as the head. I talked about that this morning. That is a possibility. I don't know how much that would cost though. Ebony asks if I have good looking hands. I have giant hands. I just have big, massive hands. So it depends on, they're not like misshapen or anything. I can palm a basketball. Zach Osborne, thank you. Yeah, because 13% of the population needs more representation. Well, when it comes to Disney princesses, to be fair, I don't think they're not even close to 13% yet. I just don't think it matters. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter in the real world to people who actually matter. It matters to a bunch of people in a fantasy land who don't actually matter. that's who it matters to.
Oh, frosted glass. Damn you. I actually thought of this earlier, but I didn't make the joke because I'm a good person. He says, how can the new Little Mermaid be taken seriously if the black person, or if it has a black person who can swim? Black people can swim, they just don't like to. Because they're smarter than us, and there's no sharks on land.
We try to refrain from doing things that increases our chance of death, unless it's shooting at each other. It's different.
You know the old trope of black people die first in a horror movie? That shit didn't happen in Jaws.
Sure didn't.
The black guys were safe on the beach going, y'all do your thing.
Fucking Jaws.
The red covering going on. I'm seriously starting to see too many people take that joke as serious. The red washing thing, or the black washing of gingers. Which one would it have been okay? Because this is something that I don't think people have paid attention to. Very few people I've seen even mention it on Twitter. Would it be okay to have, I don't know, a black Cinderella?
They have done that, haven't they?
They have.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? With nobody giving a fuck.
Yeah. Was that a TV movie like years ago or something?
Whitney Houston and Brandy, I think was.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Brandy. Yeah, and nobody.
There wasn't even like a fucking movement behind it or anything. They were just like, this movie's coming out, and people were like, cool, I'll check it out.
There was no Twitter back then either, I don't think.
Yeah, that's probably fair. There wasn't. Didn't they do Wizard of Oz too? Or Oz?
The Wiz.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Zach Osborne. Now. It matters to those who constantly think about the color of skin and how they can benefit from it. Yeah.
That's true. The Wiz was terrible.
It was. But so was the Wizard of Oz.
It was awful. Hey, shut up. Shut up about the Wizard of Oz. Don't you be a hater. I don't give a shit.
I didn't like the Wizard of Oz either, to be honest.
Oh my God, you communist.
The Wiz was like especially bad.
Bodacious T asks, why are so many places, social media trying to undermine the states nowadays? I need more context to answer that.
Yeah.
Have you thought about ranting Munkle,
drunken uncle? Oh God, no!
Have you thought about ranting monkey nipple pasties? Protect the nipple. You know, that actually wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Yeah, your little face on their nipples.
Yeah, well, man, start selling them to porn stars.
Just sell stickers. I think Teespring can do that, and just call them nipple pasties.
Two things about that. One, over on Monkey in the Morning, we have the hashtag where people can send in, pictures of beautiful ladies. But the rule is no nipples, no vagina. And people have taken to using my face to cover. So, I mean, it would actually, there's advertising for it already. Two, about the whole porn star thing. Did you guys know Sinatra has a porn star who watches his channel?
Yes.
That's fucking amazing. I need you guys go get porn stars to watch my channel.
Who was that again?
I forget. She was a cute little thing.
Well, fine.
I haven't seen the rest of her. She had a cute face, but Sinatra. Who was that? I want to see the rest. I want to see her work. I'm interested in the scientific research aspect.
Right.
It's hard to relate to Little Mermaid. I get in water and I can't stay there long. Burns my eyes, makes me drown. Let's see. Why are we talking about Disney? Or why were we talking about Disney? They've announced today that the Little Mermaid is going to be played by Halle Bailey. Is that her name? It's not Halle Berry. It's just very, very similar. She's a young singer, and I went and tried to listen to some of her music because she sings with her sister, and I don't know which one is which. I'm having trouble with either of them pulling off Ariel's voice very well, but I'm willing. I'm willing to listen.
Can they act? Is the question. Has she ever done any acting?
That I'm not sure about. But again, I know a lot of people didn't like Will Smith's version of the genie and his thing. I loved his versions, man. It was awesome. What else do we have going on here? Black girls liking Disney movies. That would be called self-hate. Oh, P-Dog. P-Dog. He can say those. He can say things like that. He's black. Here we go. Sorry, the chat jumped on me, guys. I apologize. Damn it, Monkey, you got me to reinstall Sims 3. Sims 3 is a fun fucking game. I'm this close to getting Sinatra to buy the damn thing. It is just so much fun. It is mindless fun, and you can play it in so many different ways. It's like having 100 games in one. Over on the Streamlabs again, Zach was not lying about making me pay attention to him today. Zach Osborne, thank you again so much. To be honest, was this a shocking choice? It's fucking Disney. I don't think anybody cares. That's the part to me that I think is most important. I don't think most people care. I think it's a controversy. And the only way that this is going to become an issue is if she really bombs. And then you'll have people that say, hey, I told you shouldn't have the black girl do it. And then it'll be like, it has nothing to do with her being black. It's either she couldn't act or singing didn't go well or the movie was just shit. 3D sculpt of your avatar as a vaginal egg shape. Well, here's the thing, Jim. I don't have the resources to get. They make these things out of jade or rose quartz.
Oh,
so, yeah. So that it sounds like it's got some Far Eastern mythical properties to it.
Well, yours should just be made out of granite then.
I want to make mine out of. I want to use the jade ones. Guys, it'll give you that Japanese or that Chinese healing, whatever it is. The jade
Chinese feeling.
Healing with an H.
Oh, healing. I like that. It'll give you that Chinese feeling. What the fuck does that mean?
Palm a basketball. How about a bowling ball? No, I can barely hold a bowling ball. I have no strength anymore. Where are we at here? Ranting monkey, stair climbing helmet, knee pads, and drool bib. Drool bib data, really? That ain't nice.
Drool bib.
Monkey, have you ever heard of land sharks? They're not the same as Jaws. Although we did read the story about that giant ass snake who's, as far as I know, still on the loose. Dude, what about the Caribbeans? Which way do you guys say that? Caribbean?
I say Caribbean.
Actually depends.
If I'm singing Caribbean Queen, it's Caribbean.
Caribbean
Queen, and we're sharing the same dream.
Invent new characters and new stories. Well, Gray, this is a very specific thing Disney's doing. They announced it a while ago. They're going to go through and do all of it. They have a release date for The Lion King already. So that one's coming, and then apparently Little Mermaid will be next. They're going through and they're making live action versions of all these. I'm wondering when Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs comes out if they're going to use midgets. I want to see Peter Dinklage as all seven dwarves. He's the only midget in Hollywood, right?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
hey, representation is nice. It's significant in the way that people like feeling accepted by the majority, but it's not important for aspirations or to feel valuable to a society. I remember reading this story about this guy. This might have been a story from The Root. I can't remember. But it was a serious story. They weren't joking in this. It was a guy whose kids grew up, a black man whose kids grew up when the Dukes of Hazzard was popular. And his kids really, really, really wanted the General Lee at the top open, and you can put Bo and Duke action figures in. And he talked about how very difficult it was for him as a person to deal with the fact that his kids wanted a car with a Confederate flag on top. But when it comes to like the representation, you know what those kids didn't care about? The fact that Bo and Luke were white. They did the same thing every other kid watching that show did. They picked who got to be Bo and who got to be Luke, and they pretended to be them. Because skin didn't matter. Because kids don't put that much thought into it. That's shit parents put on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually read something where somebody was saying that if your kid doesn't think about race, like if you ask them about, you know, somebody's skin color and they don't highlight it, that's actually a problem. Like you should probably talk to your child. Like,
well, remember, Satsu, I know everything about you just by looking at your skin color. That's the fucking narrative. How can you know me if you don't pay attention to my skin color? Like,
yeah, you have to acknowledge my race or something.
Like, motherfucker, I don't know you looking at your skin color. Do you think you have the exact same experience being black that Will Smith does? I bet you don't.
I remember maybe we talked about it. There was some like couple dating, and there was a guy who was dating a black girl, and she was complaining that he wasn't acknowledging her race or something.
Oh yeah, that was one of the advice columns we read.
Yeah, something like that. And I just remember like going, that guy needs to run as far away from you as he can, because if you want him to look at you first and foremost as a black person rather than the person that he loves, just because you're you, that is the most purest content of character versus color of skin example I can recall, this being so blatantly dumb.
Okay, over on the Streamlabs, thank you again, Zachary, who says, or Zach, oh dude, fuck you. The General Lee was an amazing damn car that transferred across all demographics. And you're right for the kids and stuff, but you got to remember to have a kid who's like my age, because that's what the demographics he was talking about. The kid would have been about my age. He's at least 20 years older than me, at least probably 30 years older than me, which means he would have grown up in the civil rights era. And that's a little bit different. Hi. How was the show?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Love you. There were a few blow-ups out there.
Yeah. A whole lot out there.
She just got back from fireworks. Damn, I wish I could travel. Was it? Oh, so there's a whole different context to that than, you know, somebody who was born in the 80s bitching about that, how horrible that flag has been to them.
Right.
Just throwing that out there. And if memory serves, he was from the South too. So I can't imagine how that poor guy felt when his sons were like, Dad, we need the General Lee. He's like, okay. The Wiz, why are we talking about peeing? You know, peeing is actually prettier to watch than that movie was. I don't know anybody who loves The Wiz. I know a lot of people who love The Wizard of Oz, but nobody who just loved The Wiz.
Yeah, to be honest,
he's on down the road.
There was actually a person, I can't remember who it was. They specifically said, I hate The Wiz. That movie's terrible, but I have to like it because it's black people.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, all right. It's like you're not supposed to say you don't like it, because by extension, you're basically saying I don't like black people. I'm just like, that don't math, but you know, whatever.
No, it means you don't like bad remakes with just black people thrown in. Even the music in that, except for Ease on Down, which just gets stuck in your head. Even the music sucked. Holy crap! There's a ton of questions. Sorry, guys. I'm going to start trying to whiz through these.
Whiz! Oh my god!
Should Disney make a version of Coming to America to get a new Black Prince? You know, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, like a remake of Coming to America with somebody new.
Yeah, and do it as a cartoon.
Sure.
So you have a
into the Coming to America verse.
I don't know if the royal penis is clean, Your Highness, would go over well in a cartoon.
Like you change that part.
Yeah.
How is the libeled lemur's lustful launcher? It is wonderful, thanks. And I'm not libeled. How sorry will you all be after the redhead uprising when we put you in camps? There's not enough of you to do that. Sorry. Isn't it was what? Hold up. Isn't it racist about black women in pools? Why is it pushing black women in pools? Why is it different for the ocean? Oh, well, presumably she's not pushed into the ocean. She's trapped there by her father. I still can't get Eldris Alba out of my head as being King Titan.
Dude, I can see it. Like I'm visualizing it, dude.
He would be amazing as that. Even if they have a white Ariel, that should happen. What if the actor died during filming due to drowning? I don't know.
It's going to be CGI, guys. It's going to look cheese. Betcha.
Yeah, she's not going to actually be underwater for very long.
No.
It's not going to be like Daryl Hannah back in Splash, man. They almost drowned that poor girl.
Watch them have some kind of Easter egg connecting that movie to Aquaman, just as a joke.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Let's see. Have you seen the food tampering trend on Twitter? Yes, and that it pisses me off.
It's gross.
Do not fuck with people's food. And Ebony asked Pat, it's a trend? Yes, it is. It's popping up more and more because the stupid twat who did it first told her people to go do it. And Zach says, Joel McLaughlin over here said, this is a super chat. Thank you, Monkey. You're welcome. I'm not sure what you were thanking me for.
Just being you.
But you are welcome. Chinese feeling tiny and imperceptible. Thoughts of Huey? The what's the name of that Chinese company? Huawei. Last I heard, China was saying something along the lines of should be Canada-China problem. I haven't been following it since Scribe read the last story about it.
Yeah.
So sorry, I wish I knew. How is neutering your dong not considered animal abuse? Oh, dog. Okay, whoa. You put an extra N in there that changed that whole sentence, Toasted. Because in the long run, having an overwhelming population of these animals that are going to die to starvation is worse.
Well,
go ahead. I'm sorry. What was that, Satsu?
Can't you neuter your husband?
You can.
All right.
That's Lady Monkey. Do you have any third-party content in your Sims game? No, I'm just playing the base game with the official add-ons, which, by the way, somebody bought me one of these stuff packs yesterday, and thank you so much for that. And somebody else bought me Uno and what's that one called? Toon World or something like that? I appreciate the games.
I got a game called Toon World or some shit like that, too.
Yeah, I will check those out. I've heard the Uno one can be evil. I'm not sure how.
I don't trust fucking computer automated Uno.
Toasted says, can you tell Scribe I'm sorry for spamming questions in the chat last night? There you are. Done.
All right.
Swords? What swords do you have? I don't. My son has an actual metal replica of the Master Sword, though, because he's a Zelda freak. You could actually hurt somebody with that. Zach Osborne again. Thank you. Oh, by the way, Dan Nanian is copyright striking any and all criticism of him.
Who?
I don't know who he is. It's Nainan. I'm not sure who he is. I'm going to see his site, guys. I'm sorry for the no music. What's he look? Who's this guy? I don't know. I'll have to check it out in a little while. The caps and dogs. Thank you. Oh, God damn it. It popped off my screen. Now there it is. Here's $5 towards getting your monkey eggs as the secret sex object in the background of the LM movie, Little Mermaid movie. Maybe when she sings about gadgets and gizmos. Oh, that would be awesome. I wonder if we could actually make that happen.
Probably not.
Hey, a guy can dream. Let's see.
Dreaming about your sex eggs in a Disney movie.
Well, then it's not a sex egg. It's not for sexual purposes, Scribe. This is to
Yes, it is to.
It's
yes.
to help the vaginal.
Yes.
I can't say any more than that because if I do, then I'm false advertising. And I'll
to train the lady muscles.
Well, Gwyneth Paltrow got sued for $145,000 because she made false claims about what it could do.
Right.
And now all it does is says it fits inside you, basically. If someone says you have to know me by my race, I know that person is a jackass and a moron. Dude, who took your new avatar? Why'd they whitewash you? What? I don't know what we're talking about there, Adam. As a white person, I can say it's because we are jelly of your nighttime hide and seek skills. I'm not sure what question that's answering, Bodacious T, but okay. Y'all remember the episode of South Park where Chef thinks the kids are racist because of the flag, but they see difference between. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I recently saw that.
It's a great episode because there's a whole lot going on there, and if you're not paying attention, you will miss part of it. Chef and Jimbo get into an argument over the flag. Jimbo sees nothing wrong with the flag because it's always stood for South Park, and Chef has a problem with it, and the mayor goes, okay, we're going to roll out this flag, and Chef, I want you to tell me what you think is racist about it. And then they roll out the flag, and it is a black man being hung by 5 white men.
Yeah, like literally that.
The first time I saw that, I laughed so fucking hard. I actually missed part of the episode and had to go back and watch it again. But yeah, the boys don't think there's anything racist about it because they don't see color as the issue there. All people are the same. To them, it's just they're like violence is part of history. That's no big deal because they just see 5 people killing another person. But because Chef never takes the time to actually listen to them or their side on it, he's just, y'all are racist. So yeah, I mean, but again, you shouldn't have that flag when you're rolling up to do business work for somebody either. And there was another donation over here. Thank you, Zach. Just spreading the message. Dan Nanan, I don't know, is copyright striking anyone who criticizes him. He has a history of emailing comedians who told him to pay his dues about how rich and successful he is. Look him up. He's the definition of a mental case. Yeah, I'll look him up. I have the video that you sent me, and I'll even drop that into chat for people who want to see. I have it queued up to watch right after the show. So it's just not something I can do a lot of deep research on especially while we're in question time. Is being Betsy Ross flag being pro-Confederate flag because Betsy Ross flag was used by the Yankees? Toasted, I'm not sure what you're trying to ask there. But I think you're conflating things that have nothing to do with one another. My mother freaking post keeps saying message error and sending my message back. It's because I'm disabled woman with a bread loaf of kids, isn't it? No, Jenna, it's because you're trying to use my name. Stop using my name.
A bread loaf of kids.
If you're looking for a game to play after the stream, why don't you come join 7 Days to Die open server, says Random American. You can find the information on how to join that pinned on Satsu's Discord. Birthday cards that can sing happy birthday. You know, that would be a good one too. I feel like that's not devious enough to make money though. I want to be like Phil DeFranco and sell cereal. Have you seen that motherfucker? He's selling cereal.
I thought he just had that fucking gel for his beard or some shit.
Nope, it's not technically his cereal. It's his favorite one, and he's on it because he's like their spokesperson or something now. Yeah, and it comes in
selling Filios.
The Frankios.
Frankios. Oh shit!
People are gonna buy it. What the hell? Have you guys heard of the bottle cap challenge? No.
I'm so
gentlemen, are you familiar?
Challenges.
Nope.
No, I never heard of it.
Lords of Night, when was the last time you played with Play-Doh? Probably about 2 months ago. 3 months ago now. Last time, not this last time Little Butt was up, but the time before. She loves Play-Doh. Gentlemen?
It's been a while.
Scribbles is playing with it right now.
Yeah, that's how excited I am about it.
Have you heard of Hot Death Uno?
No.
No. Is that like some Russian roulette Uno? You get a draw 4 and somebody gets to shoot you?
Oh, jeez.
If you want your face on this egg, can't you get Will It Forge to do it? Well, see, the thing is, you have to keep it the egg smooth and everything, so that it doesn't pick up, vaginal chunks. But you do have to put a hole in it so that they can attach a string so they can get it back out. So I don't know if that would work or not. Thank you, Cryptic, who says Delirios. Oh, that seemed personal at Mr. DeFranco. And Jenna says, please let this equally between the three of you. Yes, I know I'm being a brat.
What?
You're being fine. I think it was with like divide this equally. I have a $3 donation there. I have no way to divide that. There was a Play-Doh question. Sorry, chat. If they remake The Princess and the Frog, would it be fair for Tiana to be a redhead or just light-skinned?
No.
Well, again, in her story, isn't she a black woman trying to start a business? The
Yes.
black woman being central to the story?
Yes.
I mean, there's certain ones of them that you can't just flip. I mean, their race actually is important to the story. Like Mulan.
And that is difficult to do with the black content and media anyway, because that's usually the case.
Right.
It's like usually the issue, which says something that I'm not going to say out loud, but it just...
I'll say it. It's time to move past that shit. For all the... How about we just have a story? It's one of the reasons I like the character of Turk in Scrubs so much, and Scrubs doesn't get enough credit for this. They had a black main character for 8 years, and the only time him being black came up was as a joke here and there. For the most part, he was just a black doctor. It wasn't, all the struggle I've been through to get here to be it. No, it was just he was another part of the cast who happened to be fucking black. Just like with gays, why do they always have to be super gay? Can't they just be the gay a gay person? That's not central to their goddamn story. It happens to be a gay person in this story. Why is it always got to be, look how gay they are? Sorry. Because if it was that way, then no, it wouldn't matter if you switched out the races here and there when you retold the story. But when that is central to their character, yeah, you can't change that. I'm sorry, I went on a little rant there during question time.
You going on a rant? What?
I know. Chat jumped and we're near the end anyway, so we'll take one more question. Let me find one here. Have you ever gotten pied in the face or thrown one at someone? I actually was a clown for a fair once where people got to do that for money. Yeah.
You were a clown.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I've been a clown and a mime.
Oh my God. You ever see Shakes the Clown, the Bobcat Goldthwait movie?
Long time ago.
A world where mimes and clowns are like two different street gangs and they fight.
Yes.
It's like mimes, get them, clowns, shit. And they're all the mimes are. Anyway, it was funny.
Either of you been pied before?
No.
Except
by my girlfriend. When I had
finally over on. Oh, sorry.
No, it's just
over on Streamlabs. Zach Osborne says, "Do you have your Red Wings?" Question for the panel. Be honest. You know what I mean. Yes.
Yes.
Gentlemen.
Nope.
And with that, guys, it's 11 o'clock. That means it's the end of the show. Thank you so much for all the questions. Sorry we didn't get to all of them. Man, you guys were very engaged tonight, and I love when you do that. It makes this time go so fast. Thank you guys for the super chats. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the donations. It helps more than I can explain. No stream tonight. Don't forget, Scribbles has a Familiar with the Matter this Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. What are you talking about?
Consumer finance, personal finance, house loans, that kind of stuff.
There you go.
With a three-sided coin.
With three-sided coin. I smart guy too.
Yep.
Not that I thought you'd get an idiot up there to talk about it, but I missed when you'd mentioned that's who it was with before. Cool. So, guys, keep that on your calendar, and we will be back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern on Satsu 2 cents for more Lords of the Night. Scribbles, Satsu, thank you so much for joining me. Everybody, have a wonderful night. Your lives make us sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.